Yeah, yeah. If you come bowl, maybe
Okay, we
you could
are
beat him to it.
live from Interstate Bowl in Bristol, Virginia, Monday night Pepsi Classic League. And tonight we have a couple of special guests joining us. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
fine. Yeah.
All right. We have Mr. Tom Carter and the legend himself, Mr. Wayne Webb. Thanks, guys, for joining us. And, of course, David Lambert. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Hello, hello, hello.
No,
Tom
we're
Carter
having a
is an
great time. We're glad we're here.
eight-time PBA regional titles, PBA Midwest Player of the Year, the PBA 50 Dick Weber Sportsmanship Award in 2015, Player Services Manager on the PBA 50 Tour with Brunswick, DV8, and Radical Bowling Products.
Actually, Brands of Brunswick now. We got all 7.
Yes,
Awesome, man.
sir.
That's awesome. Um,
Yes, we do.
and most people will recognize him from Flow Bowling as the color commentator. He's a member of the Illinois Pro Shop Operator, member of the Illinois State Hall of Fame, and has been a pro shop operator for over 40 years. That's a long time. You've seen a lot of changes over the years, haven't you?
43 years, yeah. Everything from, when I started bowling, throwing Am-Flight 3 dots and
Okay.
and plastic and urethane up to what's going on. Yeah, my game's changed tenfold in the last 43 years, trying to keep up.
Right.
And the one thing that I'm not doing or can't do because I'm too arthritic is two-handed.
Oh well, Belmonte has changed the game forever. I was up here at Interstate Bowl for a special presentation from Mr. Lambert over the weekend, and it's just amazing watching some of these young kids bowl. I mean, they're all little Jason Belmontes. He's changed the game forever. I guess the same way Mark Roth did when he first started. Everybody started cranking just like he did. So it's an evolution in the game.
It is, and technology has finally hit bowling. I mean, technology's hit a lot of other things, and now with the weight blocks, the cover stocks, the oiling machines, the oil work, everything has changed in our game. The technology has finally hit, and it's been incredible what's happened to bowling. It's just a matter of keeping up with it. Unfortunately, for us older guys, I guess I'm a realist. I kind of like the fact that like this weekend, Francis Lavoie, a one-hander
Yep.
won.
Yep.
Against
He did. He did.
that makes me happy, thinking I could still win, maybe. Wayne's actually talking about coming out on the 50s tour this year again,
Oh,
even
that'd be
though that
awesome.
he's won the Masters and the U.S. Open twice on the PBA Senior Tour. So yeah, it's exciting. And the equipment is incredible that is coming out right now. It's unbelievable.
Wayne, it's good to see you, and I think you're having an anniversary tonight. Is that correct?
Oh, that's absolutely truth. My wife and I, 14 years. I had to confirm that. I didn't know if it was 13 or 14, but every year I'm always off by 1 or 2. But it's 14 years, and we got fillet and crab legs and when we're done with this, we're actually going to eat.
That sounds great.
That's awesome.
But
So-
we're here. But we're here right now for you, and Tom and Linda are here for us.
So, like over my shoulder, up
Yeah.
here, top of my ear, see all those trophies?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those all the way across that is Wayne's trophies that he's won over decades that he's been on tour. It's incredible in here. It's actually a museum in his house.
That hurts. That hurts. I'm
That's
not that
awesome.
old. You know, I'm not as old as him, right?
Yeah, of course you're not, Wayne.
There's
As
no
a
way,
bowling,
and I'm never going to catch him.
as a bowling
Yeah.
fan, this is a tremendous honor. I remember watching you bowl. You had one of the absolute smoothest releases in the games today, and I'd love to see you back on the PBA 50. That'd be awesome.
Well,
He's scared that I'm going to beat him.
all right. I guess we have to tell the truth, because I told him, I said, you know, I haven't bowled now for I guess 3 years
Right.
on the senior tour, and I told him, I said, you know, I'm thinking about coming out, and I'm gonna bowl some because I still need to get one title in this decade. And I says, Tom, that's not really good for you, because if I come out, that means you're one spot further down
Oh,
every week,
oh,
and it's better off
oh.
to stay home so you can, you know, I mean, if I win, he might be second, you know, and that's okay. Tom understands that he can't beat me, and it'll never happen.
No, that I don't understand.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with first loser. I mean, come on.
Well, as far as Tom's concerned, first loser is winning, because at least it says first. And as
Oh my God!
as long as he's losing to me, it's all good.
10-4. And I want to interrupt you, Tim, for just a second
Go ahead, Dan.
and tell you that both of these guys deserve every accolade that you've gave them tonight. They are wonderful, wonderful guys, and it's an honor to have them on the show.
Oh, we try. It's been for me. It's been exciting. I mean, being the player services rep on the senior tour and getting to drill balls for the greatest players in the world and lay out balls for Walter Ray and Amaletto, Parker. It's been an experience, obviously overall, but getting to know and dig in the minds of the greatest bowlers of the world on how they see lanes and talk to them, and then kind of hopefully translate that to the bowlers that I get to talk to on flow bowling,
Right.
so that you understand what's going on with the bowlers and their equipment and the lanes. I mean, it's been incredible. It's been fun.
Now, I've always
I'm
wondered,
sure.
as a bowling fan, and you're talking about laying out balls for Walter Ray and those guys. Their layouts, you know, the description on how you lay out their balls, is that like secret information? Can a Joe Blow bowler like me, can we get, hey, how did Walter Ray lay that ball out?
You know, realistically, and I'm being very honest,
Put 3 holes in it and bowl.
exactly. There's no magic, and there's no magic layouts. I remember when I refit Walter for the first time. We were in Minnesota at a tournament, and he asked me if we'd take a look at his fit and refit him. And then we laid out some balls, and there was really no You know, guys talk about PAPs and all kinds of stuff. I'm a motion guy. I see a guy throw a ball, they say I need this. I kind of lay it out for that. But these guys are magic in their releases. It makes no difference what I put in their hand. They figure it out. I can put the same ball in your hand, you know, and it all depends on how you throw it. And that's what it really boils down to. Everybody thinks there's a magic layout, and if there was a magic layout, I'd be a bazillionaire because I would be trying to market that. But it's about
You are exactly right.
It's about these guys think a little bit different than the rest of us do,
Right.
and they see things different than the rest of us do on the lane. You know, they're 3 to 5 steps ahead of us on moves, hand position, ball changes than all of us. You know, and that's why they're great, because they see it different than we do.
And basically, you're looking at the greats are looking for maybe three different motions. Something that's skid flippy, something that's more mid lane, something that's super smooth, and they're going to figure out how to make that work after they put it in their hand. It's what they're looking for to put in their hand to make the shot work. And most of the greatest can take a bowling ball and make it do a bunch of different things. So they're going to drill a ball to match the condition, but at the same time they can do things to make that ball work too.
Right.
You know,
That is very
You were
true.
mentioning the bowlers can do just about anything based on their release, and I know that you're an instructor. How has instructing and teaching bowling changed from the '70s to now? How has your process changed?
oh my God, I do a ton of coaching, and I'm fortunate enough to have Wayne here, where my pro shop is, to step in every night and help. But you know, back in the '70s, when I started bowling, everybody was more or less a stylist. Well, I'm a
Yep.
Dave Davis type guy, Dave Sutar, David Ozio type style.
Yep.
Brian Voss. They were stylists,
Yep.
and then things started to change. And like anything, when Amuleto came out, everybody said, "There's no way that guy's going to last because of what he does with his arm. That's not going to happen." You
Yeah,
know,
shake that off.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
then you got a Parker Bone who's I mean, he can split hairs at 45 feet, and then Walter. So you look at those players, and all of a sudden now we got guys that are a little more. I don't want to say herky jerky, but a little bit different, and we go into two handing, and that's a completely different style. But then I look back in my memory banks, and I go, if I look at an old Don Carter video where he was bent over at the waist, he had his elbow bent. If he had put his left hand on the ball, it'd
It's
have
the
been
same
200.
release. It's the same release.
Exactly. It's the same.
Yes.
Then I look at Earl Anthony, a
Yep.
little more forward than normal, left arm bent. He'd have put his hand on the ball, it'd have been the same thing. And you watch these bowlers of the past, it's really not that much different. They just choose to do something different with their non-bowling hand.
Right.
So you just got to kind of open your mind and think about what's going on with the game, and it's still coachable. They just, people think, oh, it's two-handed, you can't coach that. Yes, you can. It's the same thing.
You can coach it, you just can't demonstrate it.
Oh,
Or I can't.
True.
No,
That's pretty
but
true.
you
where
do.
did I try? You don't want an old guy throwing a two-handed ball because
No, it's ugly.
it
It's
goes one
totally ugly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's all about
how's
motion anyhow. At the end of the day, it's all about motion.
right? So how's
Yes.
the PBA 50 tournaments looking for this year?
We have 5 stops starting on the first swing. We start in Fort Myers. Then we go to Clearwater, then the Villages. Then we go to North Carolina. Then we got one in Virginia. And the cool thing about that one is the top 5 are in a guy's house that's helping sponsor the tournament. So we're going to 2 lanes in this guy's house for the Flow Bowling Finals in that.
Oh,
As far as the rest of the tour, the things out west, we're still waiting. That's why you haven't seen any um, tournaments on the website. I kind of got an insight from John what might happen, but until the contracts come through, we're not sure for sure. I know we
right.
got some in the Midwest in July and August, so we'll be there. It's just what happens on the West Coast.
Okay. Well, the ladies getting ready
The regional tour looks very fruitful.
Oh, the
Very
regional,
fruitful.
they're starting to fire up. And actually, Wayne and I are talking about having a regional here at his place. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're going to have an old man double so we can bowl together. It's got to be
I love it. I love it.
on a real
We're
short pattern.
we're actually going to bring a senior regional to East End Lanes in Rogersville this year.
Oh,
We
cool.
inked it. Yep. So that's cool.
Oh, that's good. I'll have to live stream that one too.
There you go.
Well, guys, listen, the league's getting ready to start, and I tell you, this has just been. I could sit and talk to you guys all night. I just love talking the sport, and I appreciate Dave giving me the opportunity with his connections to connect up with you guys. And Wayne, it's been an honor and a privilege to meet you. In closing, I'll let you two guys have the last word.
Um,
Well, Tom always gets the last word.
I'm going to let
So hold on.
All right.
I just want to thank you all. This has been incredibly great for me, and being my anniversary, it's even better because it's something that we'll remember for a long time. It's been really great being here with both of you guys, and
Thanks for the opportunity. And,
Yeah.
and this is a special night. Thanks for giving us a chance.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Dave. Thanks again. I'll holler back at you.
Well, good tonight, guys.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.